Hi guys, Dom here, back with another news vlog, weekly news roundup looking at the esports stories in the UK and globally as well. Let's get right into it. So first up, we've got the Forge of Champions is returning for summer 2019 with a new qualification format. So Riot and LVP have announced some changes to how qualifying works this time round for the UK League of Legends tournament. There's now 4 slots available. 2 have been taken. One by Bulldog for winning, for being the I-65 runners-up. The winners weren't eligible apparently, and Champion Club for winning the National Student Esports Summer League. And then the other 2 slots will be taken by the Belong Arena Clash Summer Champion and the Arena.gg Online Qualifier winner. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see who goes through, who does well in the Forge of Champions and makes it through to the UK League Championship next time around. Next up, we've got the London-based esports organisation, mainly focused on racing. Veloce Esports, I probably said that wrong. They've gained some investment. The actual amount hasn't been shared, but you expect it to be a substantial amount. It's from Eric Tvita, former Central Europe CEO of telecoms company Liberty Global. He's also become chairman as well. And it's not just an org. They're claiming to be the #1 racing esports viewership network. They've won some tournaments, they've struck some brand partnerships, and they're doing esports operations for F1's Alfa Romeo Racing and FA Racing Team. So be interesting to see how they grow now, and they obviously join a number of organisations based in the UK that have secured funding, the likes of Excel, Diabolus and so on. This is not a huge esports game, but Summoner's War, which is a mobile title. We've had a UK player take second place at the SWC 2019 Europe Cup in Paris the other day, and he's qualified for the World Finals, which also take place in Paris on October 26th. So good luck to him. Bowles is his name. He was winning 2-0 and actually ended up losing 3-2 to the Frenchman Rosif, who won a $10,000 main prize. So yeah, it's like a turn-based strategy game. It's almost kind of like Pokemon. It looks like so, but good to see some UK talent coming through. And then we've seen that Twitter has suspended an account claiming responsibility for the recent distributed denial of service attack on the World of Warcraft servers on the weekend. The several servers were shut down in the US and Europe following the DDoS attack. And the person who's claimed responsibility for this is known as UK Drillers. So someone or a group claiming to be from the UK, but obviously we can't prove that. But some people have pieced things together and believe they found their Facebook page. That's all out there. You can go and look at that. So it's annoying, isn't it? I mean, this stuff used to happen back at Classic. This stuff happens every now and then. You get idiot hackers trying to. I don't know why I take things down for the hell of it, for the challenge, for fun. But Twitter's suspended that account, and hopefully, they get arrested and things get sorted out. Because there have been people in the past who've brought down WoW servers and they've been sentenced to prison. There's a story here: World of Warcraft attacker jailed in US. This story was from last year, but the guy was actually found doing these attacks between February and September 2010. But they've got him eventually. He's a Romanian citizen who was extradited to Los Angeles and pleaded guilty. Right, so that's that. If you missed it, we had a redesign on Esports News UK. There's another video. Go check out our previous video on YouTube, and I'll run through all the changes there and some of the new premium features we've got, where you're able to hide ads and things like that. But I'm happy with it. It looks quite clean, quite nice, a bit tidier. Not a massive update, but we needed to do it, and we've had the same site for like 3-4 years now, so it's nice to tidy it up, and it's got some nice functionality in the back end as well. Like, we've updated a lot of stuff, so shout out to Rely WP for helping with that. And we've also seen there's a Smash Brothers Ultimate Team Battle Tournament, which is going to be taking place in UK schools and colleges, and that's organised by UK Games Industry Trade Body UK. Their education program, Digital Schoolhouse, is running that, so that's great to see Nintendo getting on board at the grassroots level, and seeing a game that I think is good for that age range. You know, Smash Brothers, very family friendly. There's a lot of young people playing it. It's a fun game. It's a good way for people to get into competitive games. So I look forward to seeing how that does. And on Smash Brothers, Nintendo have announced a Super Smash Brothers Ultimate European circuit. So that's going to take place across 7 events around Europe, and that's brilliant to see some support from Nintendo Direct here. And the events are as follows: Syndicate, DreamHack, Valhalla. There's a couple of DreamHacks. There's Winter this year, and then there's Leipzig next year, which is in January. Tech Republic, Icarus, and Stunfest. So good to see Nintendo pushing esports a little bit more. In other UK news, we've seen Battalion, the competitive World War II first-person shooter, is heading to Epic Land for the first time, I believe. So that's great to see. There's another game there for all you Epic Land fans. Up to £15,000 prize pool, and that takes place at Epic 28 from the 11th to 13th of October. I believe the Kettering Conference Centre again. Let's just double check. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, and you've got the other tournaments in there as well: Rocket League, StarCraft, Rainbow Six, CS:GO, and there's some fun tournaments as well. PUBG Squads, Mario Kart Deluxe, and a few others there. Dota Under the Lords, Mortal Kombat, and Stepmania Dance Mat Challenge. So yeah, have fun if you're going there. And moving into more global news now, we've seen the F1 Esports drivers announced as the 2019 F1 New Balance Esports Pro Series kicks off. So this is getting underway, and they've announced the drivers. And there's a few from the UK. We've got Salih from Alfa Romeo. We've got Brendan Lee, the multiple champion, driving for Mercedes. We've got Lucas Blakely from Sport Pesa Racing. And one more, Isaac Price for Williams Esports. So good luck to all the UK players and all of them. This F1 Esports series seems to have done quite well. I think this is the third iteration of it now. So yeah, one for you racing fans out there, and that's been organised again and put on by Gfinity. Razer, the huge hardware brand, they've committed 10 million Singapore, I don't know, SGD, I should know what that is, shouldn't I? What that actually is there. Is it Singapore dollars? Anyway, it's just under £6 million towards the development of gaming and esports in Singapore over the next year. So they're going to fund Singapore-based esports teams, funding Team Singapore at the Southeast Asian Games, and investing in companies that are either in Singapore or founded by Singaporeans. So yeah, basically, so this was announced in a social media post by the CEO and co-founder of Razer, Ming Liang Tan. And he said, while I founded Razer in the US, I'm still a Singaporean citizen, and we still have an office in Singapore with about 500 staff. Wow. And currently building a new HQ in Singapore to double our headcount over the next few years to over 1,000. You know, great. I mean, I remember writing about Razer when I was at MCV, the games trade publication, back in 2010, 2011 it was, and I'd never heard of them. And wow, they've really grown, haven't they, over the past decade? To see them putting this kind of money into esports is encouraging. And yeah, look forward to seeing what kind of activations and projects they get stuck in with. Speaking of brands, this is obviously a much bigger brand here. Nike has debuted some team kits for League of Legends Pro League. So yeah, you can see, you know, it looks pretty smart. Yeah, so that's the Invictus Gaming one, and it says all jerseys have a similar design with a Nike logo on the right side and a team logo on the left. Each also features a chevron pattern on the chest, so that's cool to see. Just a roster move here. I wanted to highlight this one because it's a host who's become a League of Legends manager, which is quite interesting. So that's Papa Smithy, has been named the new 100 Thieves League of Legends manager. And yeah, he's trading the LCK microphone to become the new manager for League at 100 Thieves, heading into the 2020 season. And the move comes after 100 Thieves failed to make the LCS postseason in either the spring or summer split. So yeah, they'll be wanting to improve. And he said, I've been looking for a future direction that lets me use my experiences to build something in esports, because esports is the field I feel most passionate about. So good luck to Papa Smithy. Look forward to seeing how he does it. I actually like watching the LCS. I think I actually prefer it personally to the LEC. I don't know why. Something about it. I just like the US brands and everything. But yeah, we'll see what happens there. Tfue and Shroud have been knocked off the top of Twitch viewership by Asmongold. This is no surprise. WoW Classic continues to dominate the headlines, the views on Twitch, and there's still lots of buzz. I still can't get into the bloody servers on the PvP servers. So yeah, you can see here he's just above Tfue and XQC, Shroud, and so on. Wow, yeah, more than 10 million hours watched. That was in August. And I mean, the fact that WoW Classic hasn't been out for all of August, you know, that's pretty impressive. It was right at the tail end of August, so I believe that's right. The top of Twitch charts in August, yeah, it's grew month over month. So there was views coming in just ahead of the launch, I guess. Okay, moving on. A plague of debts in the Dota 2 pro scene. This caught my attention. Vega Squadron have entered the rather long list of those who failed to pay their debts after the former manager of their Dota 2 team accused the organisation for never paying the European roster that they signed at the beginning of the 2018-19 Dota Pro circuit. Manager of Team Lithium, who was signed by Vega Squadron last year, has written more in a Twitlonger post, and was immediately backed up by a couple of the players on the roster, so that's not good to see. And there's unpaid tournament winnings here, and it says, like, with this news, a lot more pros and managers took the opportunity to remind the community of some of the tournaments that have never paid their prize pools. Jimmy Demon Ho stated that China Top 2017, which took place in November 2017, is yet to pay the Digital Chaos roster from back then about $25,000 to $30,000 for their fourth place finish. Alan Sexy Bambo Farage is still waiting for the payment of $30,200 for his first place finish with Hellraisers at Skincoin World Cyber Arena 2017 Europe Finals. And there's more, you know, it's worrying. More people owed money from Forward Gaming, around $50,000. It's sad to see this happen, especially at the top level. Sometimes you expect it in the UK scene, although things have got a lot better there, but I certainly don't expect it with this kind of level top of Dota 2. So let's hope people get their money back, but from things that I've seen in the past, I wouldn't expect the people who owed money to hold their breath, sadly. Rainbow Six TSM have won the DreamHack Montreal tournament, and they won 2-1 in the finals, beating Team Liquid, and they've taken home $30,000 and the invitation to the Six Invitational 2020. So yeah, another win for TSM. And elsewhere in Overwatch, I should have moved this earlier actually under the UK news, the London Spitfire are out of the Season 2 playoffs. They lost 4-0, I believe, to San Francisco Shock, and Seoul Dynasty out as well. Excuse me. Yeah, here we go. The Shock were able to sweep the Spitfire 4-0. London's loss means the end of the road for the inaugural season champs and an extended stay in the lower bracket for the Shock. So yeah, sad to see Spitfire go. But I'm looking forward to their home matches next year. I'm going to try and pop along to one of those, even though I don't watch Overwatch that much. I think they're an exciting brand, and it'll be a fun couple of events, I'm sure. And finally, Astralis have been crowned the CSGO Berlin Major champions. They beat Avangard 2-0, and in doing so they've set a couple of records here. They've become the only organisation to win 4 majors and to win 3 back-to-back. In addition, they took home $500,000 as a reward for their success. So great stuff for Astralis. And I think that's it for this week, guys. Sacco Snackos this week is, what have I got here? Jam tart, orange ones. I like the yellowy orange. I prefer those ones to the red. It's a good snack, isn't it? A jam tart, but it's messy. It's crumbly, so I don't think it's very good as a gaming snack. But if you're indoors, a bit sticky and everything, 5 out of 10. It tastes nice, but not not great for when you're gaming. Basically, I can't think of the word. It's late. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next week.